child or young adult come to you and say, I have a problem. अगर अपना रिश्ता is bound by automobile engineering syllabus, I will never come to you and tell you, sir, I have a problem at home and I don't know how to handle it. The day you start doing that, you become a leader. That's the choice and that's the example of faculty, but it's true of everybody. If you are studying in college, where are you from, son? Where are you from? कहाँ से? जयपुर सिटी से कि गांव से? गांव में है कोई रिश्तेदारी? है? वहां पर आपकी कोई भाई बहन है? अच्छा, आप तो आ गए हो. You're studying here. What about your cousins in the village? Are you capable of and willing to teach them something which you have learned here? The day you do that, son, you'll become a leader. Till then, you'll just become a normal person. That is my definition of a leader, and I could be wrong. I'm quite happy to be wrong. ऐसा कोई लिखा नहीं है कि I'm Shiv Bhagwan and I know everything else. No. I could be wrong. That's my version, but fantastic. How do you measure leadership? How do I say I'm a good leader, bad leader? कैसे measure कर सकते? Is there a way to measure it? Can you measure it? Okay. Can you see it? Can you see leadership? No, leadership is beautiful. You can see it. You can see it in energy, you can see it in body language, you can see it in action, you can see it being done. Leadership is a verb. Verb is an action word. So you can see leadership at many levels. Where you don't see it, that means there is no leadership. End of story. When somebody inspires you, that person is a leader. Otherwise, तो कितने लोग आते हैं जाते हैं? How many people have you met in this world, son? Do you even know? Thousands? Okay. How many inspired you? How many you felt कि I wish I become like this? 4, 5, 6, 10, maybe. 10 से ज़्यादा हो गया, that means you're lying. 5 से ज़्यादा हो गया, that also means you're lying. You might like them for what they do, but you don't want to do that. That number will be very small. That is inspirational. These are people you look forward to and you follow and you say, I've got to learn from this person and do whatever I need to do. Okay, I need to pause here. If somebody is feeling sleepy, please stand up. If you sleep while I'm speaking, I will come close to you and break your bloody neck. That's a promise. And I'll tell you why. In the last 1 week, I have done 7 sessions. I came in last night at 10 o'clock. This video that you saw today, just now, I made it last night at 2 o'clock. I'm going to speak now for 2 hours and I have to go back and do another session from 6 to 8:30. And I'm 60 bloody years old. So if you feel sleepy, please stand up. Stand in the corner till the need runs away and then come back and sit down. या अगर सो गए, मैं उठा के बेइज्जती करूंगा कसम से. Then don't tell me. Because I will ask you, where are you from? What do your parents do? Give me their names. Give me their phone number. I will ask you all questions. Don't sleep. Easy है. सबको नींद आता है. When you feel sleepy, stand up and go to this side. Awesome. Can I or you make a difference in this world? That's the question. Can you make a difference in this world? Abhi, yes or no? There's nothing to think. If you're thinking, that means you can't. Doesn't take so long to say yes or no. If it's yes, then my question, what are you doing about it? So you're NCC senior wing or junior wing? Junior wing. Your first year. You stay in the hostel, son? You stay in the hostel. आपका खाना कौन बनाता है hostel में? Who makes the food in your hostel? Somebody in the mess. He's got a name. What's his name? How many are there? How would you like it if I didn't remember your name? Simple question. You live in the mess. Somebody cooks for you. So the simple question I'm asking is, what is that gentleman's name? Correct. Is that good or bad? It's bad. If you realize it's bad, then change it. So treat people with respect. First lesson of leadership. Everybody has a name. Try and call people by their name. If you don't remember the name, it's fine. Are they older to you, younger to you? The people who serve you food. Older. Have you ever done them pranam? I'm asking you yes or no. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not scolding you. I'm asking you an honest question. हम नहीं करते normally. करके देखो. Try and do it once. Greet that person by his name. Try and say Pranam भाई साहब कैसे हुआ? You will see that the quality of your food will change. You will see that the food will start getting served with a smile. That is how leaders become leaders, not by bloody appointment. These people said very happily, I'm a leader because I'm wearing a general's rank. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You very easily said all three are leaders. I will ask you the same questions and the answers will be the same. I'm just saying, let's make a difference. If we become a polite country, is it going to harm us? Change it. Who will change it? Please change it. You don't worry about what you do is enough. Because can I or you make a difference? You can start. 1 is better than 0. 2 is better than 1. And 1 university is better than no university. That is how it starts. When somebody comes and says, Parallel University, let me get an impression of a university which is highly respectful, which is very polite, where people treat each other with respect. You do this, your university will become a better place. You do that, Baroda will become a better place. Gujarat will become a better place. India becomes a better country. The world becomes an easier place. Simple. But you don't have to think so much. Think about yourself. That's good enough. Okay. Am I going to answer these questions in the next 118 or so minutes? Let me see. I don't know. Maybe with your help, I can. Fantastic. So the question is, how do I propose to unleash the genie in every young Indian? There are so many young Indians and some friends from overseas countries. How do I propose that we unleash the leadership genie? Very simple. Actually, it's the simplest thing. Human behavior is the simplest. If you give everybody exactly what you expect to be given, your problems are finished. You don't need to think more. If you want to be treated with respect, treat me with respect. If you want to be given the dignity, give me the same dignity which you expect. If you want energy, show me the energy. If you want josh, show me the josh. You want enthusiasm, show it to me. You want 100% in that game, then you give me 100%, you'll get 100%. You can't show 50% and expect 100%. You can't break that traffic rule and expect him to follow the traffic rule. He will tell you to go. So you follow it first. Now when you follow it, you also have a right to tell somebody, don't break that damn rule. And you will be surprised at the number of people who will listen. So from my daughter is now 26 almost, yeah. She works in Mumbai. But we've been teaching her since she was very young. So when she was in school, she would actually stop at a traffic signal and tell somebody, you have gone across the white line, gaadi piche karo. Take your car back. And grown-up adults would listen to her. Because she was saying the right thing. Everybody knows. So what you expect, please give. And that is how you build this nation. So welcome. Normally people will say, let's start at the beginning. But let me ask you, what do you want to be 10 years from now? Chalo, 5 years. Chalo, what do you want to be in life? You want to be where? You want to be an officer in the army. Why? You think बाकी काम नहीं करते? Lawyer नहीं करता काम. Teachers don't work. Plumbers don't work. Electricians don't work. Professors don't work. Audio-visual technicians don't work. Musicians don't work. Actors, singers don't work. Nobody else works. Only army officers work. Why do you want to join the army? That's the problem which I spoke to you about. What do you want to be 5 years from now? You want to be a lieutenant in the army. See? You get the point? You get the point? Why? want to, your family members inspire, live a life less ordinary, I put it up there. Before I put it up there, you didn't even know the damn phrase. That's a very old phrase. I only made it incidentally many years back. 14 years back exactly. But I'm asking you, why do you want to join the army and become an officer? So you think a coder in Infosys doesn't live life? You think a chartered accountant doesn't live a life? Doesn't build a country? Doesn't pay taxes? Is not patriotic? I'm asking you why. I'm not saying why you want to, but I'm asking you why. You think you're made for it. Okay, that's fine. What do you want to be? You want to be but you think that you're not patriotic enough. Because if you're going to be a visual communication designer, you're not doing enough for the country. You have to be an army officer. So you want to be that. So is that your destination? One of them. But it's a major thing. Okay. So that's, let's say you want to be a senior graphic artist or a senior designer in, let's say, an ad agency. Just saying hypothetically. And 5 years from now. I'm saying, if it is 5 years from now, what should you have learned 4 years from now? And what should you have learned 3 years from now? And what should you have learned 2 years from now? And therefore, what is it that you should be learning now? Start from that destination. Come back. So anybody studying business management or business communication, any MBA students here? So in business parlance, this is called risk mitigation. You simply look at the target where you want your company to be in X years from now and work back and say, no, 6 mahine pehle, 6 mahine pehle, 6 mahine pehle, draw those steps. And for each step, you fill out certain details which you have to do, whether you have to hire people, whether you have to create new machinery, whether you have to, source new places to work, you have to explore new markets, whatever it may be. That is how you build these steps, and that is risk mitigation. ये आपके MBA में इसको घुमा फिरा के सिखाएंगे. बात यही है. That's why I said it's all very simple. There is no need to have an exploding pie chart for everything. It's at the end of it about human beings. But it's more important that you see yourself in this maze. So if you can see your destination clearly, then the question remains the same. What are you now planning to do to reach that destination? And if you're not doing enough, then you're not doing justice to your own vision of yourself, nobody else's. If he wants to be an officer in 2 years from now, he should now get his act together and say, I should do A, B, C, D, E now. That is when the 2 years will happen. Otherwise, 2 years will come and go, and the vision will keep running away from you. So that is my theory, and I could be wrong. So what do you see on this? So are you a practicing Christian? You are. So will you please rise? What do you see on the screen? You see a headstone, yeah, of a grave. So what all is there? Where are you from? It's a beautiful country. I've been to Zimbabwe many years back. My sister used to live in Pretoria. Yeah, South Africa, yeah. Yeah. So tell me, what do you normally see on a gravestone? Yeah, somebody's name. So A. Arun. My name is A. Arun. So A. Arun's gravestone. What else? Here lies a good man. Something about the person. Good man, good father, good husband, whatever. Good brother, good sister. Okay. What else? Date of birth. Okay. And the date of death. Yeah. These are the things you normally see. Anybody studying English here? Thank you. Anybody studying English here? Anybody who studied English ever? English नहीं पढ़ते आपको गुजरात में पढ़ते हो? You studied English? Grammar? English grammar. What is this? Sorry? Hyphen. Hyphen का दूसरा शब्द. Another word for hyphen. Do you play dumb charades? Okay. Hyphen. Okay. 4. Dash, it's called the dash. Now on this headstone, where do you see a dash? Between the date of birth and the date of death. So my statement to you is you are currently living in your dash. आपका जन्मदिन तो हो गया, date of birth is over, date of death will come. It will come. That's my guarantee. It's my guarantee. I have a very favorite dialogue Hindi mein. I'll say it in English later for our overseas friends. Hindi mein is beautiful. It says quite simply, ये जिंदगी से जिंदा कोई नहीं निकला आज तक, ना निकलेगा. This is to find somebody who's gone out of this world alive. It doesn't happen. We will come and we will go. So your date of एक तो बन गया ना, एक तो बन गया, वो डैश भी बन गया, वो date of death वो fill in the blank है, वो बाद में भरेंगे जब भी भरेंगे. So you are in the dash of your life. You are in the dash of your life. I am in the dash of my life. So my question is very simple, and this is my big theory. I'm actually writing a little article about this. It is called the theory of dash. So my question to you is, what are you doing to fill your dash? आपके पास choice है. Do you want to, make a difference? Do you want people to say, here was a good man, here was a good woman, she helped people, this person helped others? Or do you just want to come on this earth, be born and die? That's a choice you make. So what you do in the dash is your choice. Nobody can force you to do anything that you don't want to do. So please remember this, when the book will come out, it will be called The Theory of the Dash. It's extraordinarily popular. I do full 3-hour sessions on only this. It's called just The Theory of the Dash. So what do you see on the screen? अच्छा, मैं फैकल्टी के पीछे नहीं पढ़ूंगा, but फैकल्टी के लिए एक और सवाल है. Actually, फैकल्टी के पीछे, when you get after faculty, the students enjoy. Normally. So don't mind. They also don't mind. So what do you see? So supposing मैं आपके घर पे आया, I come to your house with some friends and they say, चलो दोस्त क्या चाय पी कर. I come to your house to have a cup of tea in the evening, and you don't know me. So you ask me, what do you do? I tell you, sir, I'm in the Indian Army. Very good. You say, come, please sit down, have a cup of tea, whatever. Give me some water, whatever it is. So you have to introduce yourself. What will you tell me that you're doing? You say, I'm teaching in university. You'll also I'm teaching in university. But is that all you're doing? Next time when somebody asks you what you do, you tell them, I build India. Are you building India? अबे बोलो ना फिर. हाँ ना मेरे को नहीं. Anybody else who comes home, you tell them, what do you do? I build India. I build India through A, B, C, D, E. There are multiple ways of building India. One is to join the army, of course. Army, Navy, Air Force. But one is to just teach. You all have the most noble of all professions. So you are the people who are building India in many ways. Look at it like that. The same answer must be given of a hospital, of a nurse, of a doctor, of a lawyer, of a air conditioning mechanic, of a municipal worker. अभी आप ध्यान रखो, अगर बड़ौदा सिटी में अगले 3 दिन कोई म्युनिसिपैलिटी के कर्मचारी, if they don't work, what happens to the city? It will come to a complete halt. So if a municipality worker says in any part of the world, I build India, or I build Zimbabwe, as that young lady said, or build Kenya, or I build whatever country, that's the way to see what you do. There is no such thing as an undignified job. There are only people without dignity. All jobs are dignified jobs, and there is no shame in doing any job. I keep telling people, if some way I were to be responsible for cleaning the toilets in this block, I will do such an awesome job that these will be the 10 best toilets in the world. Because that's my job and I will take pride in that job. That is how it works. So some of us will work in a bank, some of you all may join the army, some of you may be a, you said digital, designer, graphic designer, some may become a doctor, some may be managers, some may join the railways. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do it with pride, and that is what makes the difference. So when you do it, you must do it through the magic of straight lines. This is another session which is a 3-hour session. Now what is the magic of straight lines? Very simple. So you guys are obviously not married. You're married? You have a child? How old? 1 year. 8 years. So what is it that you tell your 1-year-old child? Abhi, your parents stay with you or in-laws or somebody? Parents. What does your mother or father tell your child when they talk? I know 1 year is just speaking small, but what do they tell him? हाँ वो तो हो गया. गुजरात में ABCD नहीं होता है. गुजरात में खाली 1 2 3 होता है. I met a businessman who said गुजरात में हम खाली 1 2 3 करते हैं. Because 1 2 3 अगर ठीक ठाक हो जाए तो ABCD वाले 4-5 को रख सकते हैं नौकरी में. That is it. Yeah. So okay, ABCD, knowledge. What else? क्या बोलेंगे? What are the things they tell him? Did they tell him any stories? 1-year-old को जनरल टॉपिक क्या बोलेगा? रशिया यूक्रेन वॉर. हाँ. जैसे. So what do they want to get into the brain of the child? But what do they want to get into the brain of the child? What values is your child getting on a daily basis? Some values? कि small thing में भी साफ रखो, झूठ मत बोलो, मदद करो, आपके पास टॉफी है, दूसरा बच्चा है, टॉफी बांट के खाओ. What are these? These are values. Now when the child goes to the school, like your kid has gone to the school, you learn different things. Uniform पहनो, belt ठीक होना चाहिए, जूता पॉलिश होना चाहिए, रुमाल होना चाहिए, lunch must be packed. If she has not brought her lunch, please share the lunch with somebody who's not brought it. Keep your books clean, keep your desk clean, stand in assembly like this, listen to teachers, walk in the line. These are things you learn in school. When you come to society, there are different rules. You may live in an apartment which says wet waste will be dropped on Tuesday in the blue bin. Those are rules of the society where you live. When you come on the road, there are driving rules. There are rules of the road. There are laws of the land. How you do business and what you do. When you follow all these rules, what are you doing? Straight lines. So all that I'm saying is very simply, keep things simple, follow the rules which are laid down. How can you get 90% in your exam? By copying. If you study hard and say that's the best way to get 90%, that is the straight line. Can you get 90% by copying in one odd exam? Why? Why? Abbe, if you copy, you should get 500 out of 100. Otherwise, it's not worth copying. Copying से 100 नंबर नहीं आएगा. बड़ा शरीफ आया तो ट्यूशन के लिए आ मेरे पास. You can copy in an exam. You can cheat in an exam. You can steal somebody else's idea. You can steal somebody's concept of how to do an event. Can you do it like that person? You can't do it. You can cheat in an exam. What happens when you go out of college and get into life? What will you copy from? Who will you copy from? And who will allow you to copy? And then what happens? So when you go away from the straight lines, you are going down the path of disaster. Again, that choice is yours. But that's the choice you all will make as it goes. So ये क्या है? What is this? Yeah, lady in the red sweater. What is this? अब खड़े रहिए. What is this? You don't know. So then जल्दी बोलो ना. If you keep standing and keeping quiet, will it come suddenly? Either you know or you don't know, or oh shit, I knew, I forgot. One of the three things. हाँ ना भाई जल्दी बोलो. That cannot take you so long to say, I don't know. In my business, madam, by this time the terrorist has come and killed you 5 times and gone. Yeah, sit down. Thank you. Hello. You think it's a biological process, but what is it? Yeah. California. You from California? Huh. Where are you from? Tanzania. Okay. I am currently staying in somebody's house who's come from Arusha. So you belong to Arusha, somewhere close by? So he makes bread. He's the biggest bread maker in Arusha. Okay, awesome. So what do you see on the screen? You don't know, okay? You also don't know. नहीं पता है. अबे गुजरात में ऊंचा है क्या? हाँ. क्या बात है यार? You are not from Gujarat. No ना? हाँ मेरे को पता था. तभी आंसर पता. Correct. It is DNA. This is the process of DNA and how it creates its own imprints. But the point is not about DNA. DNA का full form क्या है? अच्छा, first answer तो you gave correct. Second answer is okay. जो भी है, you know what DNA is, right? So what I'm trying to say is quite simply this: change is continuous. See, you're in a college. What are you studying, son? Engineering. When was your textbook? You have a textbook? For something you must be having a textbook. You are reading online. You speak Telugu? Huh? How do I know he speaks Telugu? Action पे थोड़ा लिखा कि तेलुगु बोलता है. साउथ इंडिया में 5 देश प्रदेश हैं, 5, 1 2 नहीं है. हाँ. ये नहीं. वाह, ऑल्टर. हाँ. जब so that website or the digital content which you read must have been written at some point in time. Before today, maybe yesterday, maybe day before, maybe last month, maybe 1 year back, maybe 10 years back. The point I'm trying to make is, by the time you graduate from college and you have to implement that knowledge, the circumstances have changed. The environment has changed. The resources available to execute the task has changed. But you have learned something today, which was written 10 years back. For a problem which you have to solve 10 years from now, with resources that are going to be 10 years from now, which you're studying 10 years back. That is the problem with change. And with each day, that change starts taking place faster and faster and faster. So when I was young, till when I was 10 years old, it was at a certain pace. When I was 10 to 20, it became a little faster. 20 to 30, it became a little faster. Today, the latest model of any form of technology is actually outdated before it hits the market. By the time it gets launched, there is a new version that's already available. So what do? That is the pace at which technology moves. Materials are changing. We build houses, we build aircraft, we build ships with a certain kind of material. Today there's 100 different kinds of materials. So that is a change you have to live in. That is your world. Whether you're talking of being an army officer, or you're talking of being a designer, or whatever it is changing. So you have to be cognizant of this change. Okay? This is the world's entire knowledge in one slide. The entire knowledge of the world is right here. I think it's time to welcome your president. Please come up and sit. So the entire knowledge of the world is encapsulated in this slide. But when you talk of human beings, there is something missing. So why I'm saying entire knowledge in the world is very simple. This has got all alphabets from 0 to 9 and all alphabets from A to Z. अबे आजकल Z बोलते हैं, Z नहीं. Z तो मैं पढ़ता था स्कूल में. When you all go to school, it is Z. Yeah? Okay. There is one alphabet which is not there. And there are 2 alphabets which are ulta, upside down. Now I just identify for you which are the two alphabets that are upside down. The first is here. That's an M. What is M and E? Me. So when you deal with other human beings, please take the me out of the equation. Because the me only adds arrogance, only adds ego. When you take the me out of any equation, you will speak objectively. You will speak based on fact. You will speak based on logic without the emotion. So the single alphabet that is not there on this screen is the single most unimportant alphabet as far as human relations goes in the English language, and that is I. You remember this is the biggest secret or success to leadership. People like leaders who are humble. When we talk of humble, I'll come back to humility a little later, but that is the entire alphabet. This is the one question you must always have when it comes to knowledge. Ask your lecturer why. मतलब we have two faculty here. I'm not getting up. मेरा कोई दुश्मनी नहीं आपसे. आप please मेरे को माफ कर देना. You have somebody from an automobile engineering and somebody from aeronautical. आप ये इसको मैं ऐसा ढक लो obstacle so that I can't see you. Yeah. So I'm not getting up. What I'm saying, you must challenge them with your questions every day. It does not mean you must insult them. बात वो नहीं. Please also understand, nobody knows the answer to everything. So if you know something more than what the class is talking, please stand up and ask the faculty for an opportunity to present it to the class. Everybody will benefit. Today, knowledge comes from sharing. But you have to force them to stretch the limits of their knowledge and experience and come to class the next day with that much more, energy and enthusiasm. That is your job. Because a class makes for a good faculty. A good faculty will come to a good class and become great. A great faculty comes to a great class and becomes greater. When all this happens, that is when your university will become the best university. Where do you want to be the best university? In Gujarat? In southern Gujarat? Western Gujarat? You want to be the best university where? Jaldi bolo yaar. You guys take a long time to bloody answer. You want to be the best university kahan? Is district mein, is rashtra mein, is where? Don't speak English. मैं हिंदी बोल नहीं सकता हूँ because there are foreigners here who don't speak Hindi. You didn't understand my question. It's okay. Did somebody understand my question? Yeah, tell me. You want Parul to be the best university in where? Southern Gujarat? In the world. Awesome. Now if you want to make it the best university in the world, salah, मेहनत कौन करेगा? Who's going to make it? Your president will make it? Your faculty will make it? I guarantee you one thing. अगर Parul University say, if I take out 20,000 students, there is no president, there is no faculty, there is nothing. You are the heart and soul of this university. जो बनेगा वो आप बनाओगे, but you can't do it on your own. You need the faculty, you need the facilities, you need the infrastructure, you need the connectivity, you need the knowledge which you are getting here. But वो knowledge को आप करते जाओगे. How do you make it better and better and better? By asking this question: how, what, why, when, where, what next, what more do you want me to do? You may be doing engineering, you may be doing BCom, you may be doing BA, you may be doing BPharm, you may be doing whatever, design. What more can you do? Imagine a day when everybody in Parul University is doing either a degree and a diploma, or 2 degrees, or a degree and 2 diplomas, or a degree and a certification course. There are people in jail who are studying additional certification courses. Yeah. There are Jawans in the army who are doing certification courses despite their schedule in the army. So I see absolutely no reason why students in a university cannot acquire 2 or 3. How many of y'all are actually in the process of acquiring 2 or 3 outside your curriculum? Okay, awesome. But why so few? I'm not talking of the double degree. I'm not talking of the twinning program. I'm saying something you're doing on your own. Let it be a 60-hour certification program in coding. Let it be a 20-hour certification program in the understanding of game theory. Let it be in new methods of construction. Maybe Larsen and Toubro is running a 5-day 20-hour capsule on new materials in construction. Sign up for it. Karo usko. The more knowledge you get, the more rich Parul University will become. Of course, you will become rich with knowledge, but the university will become rich. That is what I want you all to do, and that is where the faculty comes in. Please push these people, push yourselves. I told you before, कोई और आपको पुश नहीं कर सकता है. एक ही इंसान कर सकता है, और वो daily you see that इंसान in the mirror. Every day, sometimes many times. So push and it'll change. So what do you see on the screen? Shapes. You see shapes. What do you see? Yeah. You see different shapes. That's all. Some are upside down. What do you see? You said DNA, so you're past. What do you? There are some shapes which are supporting others. So what do you think a leader must see? I'll tell you what a leader must see. When you see these shapes and colors and all, a leader must see the finished product. When I told you, I want to look at yourself 5 years from now and see what is your finished product. How do you want to look? What is it that you wish to make of yourself? See the future. And then put those shapes in that sequence. But as a leader, you should be able to see that clutter like this. And in this clutter, you should be able to see that finished pyramid. That is what leaders do. So what would you want to see in a leader's DNA? The Chief of Army's staff spoke about leadership. He said most of the things which a leader requires. I'm showing you 6 things which are imperative. We'll speak very briefly about a few of them. Give me an example of drive and passion. Anybody? Yeah, anybody? Example though of the drive and passion. Okay, we'll keep it very simple. Yeah. No, example with reference to leadership. Yeah. I won't, but I try. Give me an example. Okay, फिर दो ना. Give me an example of a cricket team, of a hockey team, of a football team, of a political constituency. Why you don't want Gujarat Titans? Yeah, Gujarat Titans has gone off to Mumbai Indians, but yeah. So drive and passion is somebody who you change the complexion of your team by your drive and passion. Can you as an individual change the passion with which your team sees you and approaches the work that is required? 500%. That is what leaders do. So an uninspiring leader is no leader only. You have failed that first requirement of being able to inspire somebody. Now to inspire somebody, you need to have the passion and the want to inspire. It's not about the ability. It's about the want. After all, when you talk of cricket, we've had some of the best cricketers who did not make good captains. Because they didn't have that drive and passion to want to lead. You must want that. That is a critical requirement of being a leader. Whether you're a class teacher, Whether you're, I'll give you an example of, okay, come up, come here. You stand here in the light. Light is niche. It's good enough. Close your eyes, sir. Just close your eyes. Don't even open it. Not even by mistake. Keep it closed, huh? Good. Good. It's nice and cool. Okay. Now stand like this. Now, how many study physics in this audience? Anybody who studies physics, please stand up. You stand up.
Arun.
You study physics.
Okay.
Arun? Now tell me, why has the color of his uniform changed where there is water? You don't know. Okay. Anybody else who knows physics? Now don't say, sir, you were 13th rank IIT, so you're jadowing your knowledge. I'm not doing it. I'm just asking you an honest question. So when a physics teacher has to explain light, this is one way to explain it. So quite simply what happens is, what you see is completely a reflection of the light falling on that object, bouncing back and coming into your eyes. That's pretty clear, that's simple. Now what happens is, when the water has fallen on the shirt, whatever molecules of cloth have absorbed that water, the density of those molecules changes. So those molecules reflect back the light to your eye, the angle is more bent. Anything that is more bent will make it more dark. As the shirt dries, slowly the density will become the same as the normal cloth and you will see plain cloth. This is simple physics. So when you have to teach light as a chapter, this is the way to teach light. So similarly for geography, for mathematics, for English, for Hindi, history, these are the best subjects. Now when a teacher makes the subject so much fun, I guarantee you, Sala, physics aise padhao, all other departments will become khali, everybody will attend the physics class. Even those who are not majoring in physics. But that teacher has to have that drive and passion. Is it possible to do every day? 500%. Is it only the teacher or faculty who must do it? No, it's for all of us to do it. So that is what drive and passion does. When leaders have drive and passion, it changes things. Sorry, sir, when I made your shirt wet. So that is what drive and passion does. Now let's quickly go to the next thing. Okay, a desire to lead. I spoke about a desire to lead. Chahat. How many good teachers don't want to be principals? How many good coordinators don't want to be principals? So I asked you earlier, am I a leader? Am I a leader because I'm a general? Am I a leader because I want to lead? Am I a leader because I'm a captain or a major or anybody in the army or armed forces is a leader? So today the word business leader is thrown very often. Uske sara title bhi nahi hai. Why are you making him a leader or her a leader? So leadership is not positional. The president is not a leader because he is the president. A president is the leader because he chooses to lead. And I'll give you an example of leading. So I came here to your college in the morning at 10. 5 minutes to 10. There are so many events happening in your university. The president had so many things to look after. The chief of army also was coming. I spoke earlier about humility. And I told you humility bada zaruri hai for a leader. I told you to go to your chef and do pranam and say thank you. Whether you call him Anna or Bhaiya or Bhai or whatever you choose to call him, that's your thing. But I asked you to do this to them, priceless gesture. It will show you as a humble person. It will show you as somebody who respects others. Now, through this schedule, what I wanted to tell you is, when I reached in the morning, your president was outside the admin block to receive me. Nobody asked him to do that. It's not a mandate. If he had not done it, I would not have felt bad. But he chose to do it on his own, so that fulfills that definition of what did we talk of initiative? What was that word? Pehel. So he decided that he must do it. He did it. No, he was also humble enough to come and do that. He could have detailed anybody from the faculty to please receive me, but he chose to come there. That is humility. So the higher you go, the more humble you must become if you want to be a leader. Jankari is one thing, knowledge is one thing, your attitude, your arrogance, these are all negative qualities. What matters more is the human aspects of what it takes to be a leader. And I think your president showed in ample measure. So thank you so much. Very honored. And give him a big round of applause for that. Let me now ask you, is the lion a good example of a leader? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Who said yes? Please stand. Somebody said yes here. Stand. Why? Lion leads his pride. In doing what? In doing what? No. No. The lion very rarely hunts. But मैंने lion पूछा था सवाल आपसे, and you said yes. So I am asking you again, why is the lion a good example of a leader? Position पे मत जाओ. I keep saying this. Don't make me a leader because I am an army officer. Make me a leader because I am a leader. For that, wearing this rank is not enough. The day I cease to wear this rank, also you must recognize me as a leader. Only then I qualify as a leader. Otherwise, leadership is in these pieces of brass. Doesn't work like that. So your thing of hunting and all is gone. Again, is he a leader or is he a dada? Is he a ruffian? Is he a thug? He's a thug. Are thugs leaders? Thugs are leaders? Attitude. So leadership by fear is the worst form of leadership. Then how are they leaders? There is no such thing as a good leader or a bad leader. You are either leader or not a leader. There is no, what is a bad friend? Do you have something called a bad friend? Either you have a friend or don't have. There is no bad friend. So there is no bad leader. That person was never a leader in that case. So when you want, the lion in my view is not a good example of a leader for 2-3 reasons. First is the male lion almost never hunts. Almost never. So the hunting is mostly done by the lioness in the pride. It's called the pride, not the gang. Group of lions is called the pride. Aapke Gujarat mein hota hai, you should know. Now the lioness does the hunting. After the lioness has successfully hunted, the male lion will come and eat first. And then the lioness eats and feeds the cubs. Would that be leadership? Or being a bloody low thug? In my view, it's not leadership. Okay. Last but not the least, the lion is one of the few living species which eats up or kills its own progeny, which means its own children. Because it doesn't want its position in the pride to be challenged in the next few years. So would you still call such kind of a person a leader? I wouldn't. So for a good picture of a leader, I think we could, this is a good example of a leader for one reason alone: ownership. The lioness takes ownership of the family. So who's the owner of your university? You're the owner. You're from Arun University. Are you the owner of this university? You come here with me. Come here. Please look into sir's eyes. He doesn't know your name. Don't worry. I'm hiding your name. He doesn't know your name. You tell him you're Ramachandra from BE second year. He doesn't know. But you look into his eyes and tell him, sir, you are not the owner of the university. I am. अभी तो तू बोला था वो बैठ के. चल sit. That's the truth. He's not the only owner of the university. In fact, if I were to ask him in private, I have no doubt at all that he will tell me that you are larger shareholders in the ownership of the university than he is. This is concrete. This is steel. This is glass. You are the heart and soul. Now the day you start believing, ये university मेरा है, or this university is mine, what happens is when you go outside in Baroda city, when you go outside on internship, when you go outside to work somewhere, you're wearing an identity card, right? Show it to me. इसमें क्या लिखा है? Parul University लिखा है. So wherever you go outside, this somebody will see somewhere. If you do a great job, they may forget your name, but they will not forget you came from Parul. So that makes you an ambassador of this university. Now, if you're an ambassador of this university, you're also an owner to begin with. You must behave like that. So what does it come with? If you find you're come to this hall for some lecture one day and you find that exit sign not working, you go to a washroom and you find a tap leaking, you must bring it to the notice of somebody so that it gets repaired. Because this building is whose? It's yours. You're not come here as a user, you're an owner. So the lioness does this beautifully. But if I have to give you a better example of a leader, I have to this one. The reason is very simple. The best leaders that we've seen in the world are mothers. Why? Selfless leadership. Without anything in return. Okay, I'll just go a little fast so that we finish quickly. The chief also spoke about integrity. So which is your most difficult paper? What are you studying? BTech which year? Computer. तुम्हारा most difficult paper क्या है? Mathematics. इधर आ जाओ. अबे mathematics तुम्हारा most difficult paper है and you are doing BTech in computer science. Awesome chap you are. इधर आ जाओ. इधर से अबे don't go there यार तुम नहीं घबराऊंगा इधर. I'll give you a situation. Mathematics is the most tough exam. Who's your mathematics sir? नहीं अभी कौन है? ये पिछला वाला कौन है? जो भी है. वन सर और मैम. सर की मैम? सर. सबसे खड़ूस? Yes or no? अबे yes. Okay, he's saying yes. So, horrendous maths teacher or sir. Okay. Now that maths teacher has come as it is. Maths में the bloody लोचा है. So in that maths teacher also bloody. That teacher has been saying for the last 1 month कि इस साल ना I will make such a question paper even that chap who wrote the textbook will fail. And every day that maths sir will come and say the same thing कि इस साल तो मैं बहुत मजे लूँगा. And 2 weeks before the exam he started saying I've already started doing research. Every day 3 hours I'm doing research to set the question paper. Why should he say all this? But he's saying it. And every day you all say, every day he comes and says, I'm going to kill you. You will struggle to get 0. And every day this is happening. So one day before the exam, that teacher comes to class, and that teacher has got a file. Ma'am है कि sir है? Sir थे ना? अभी नहीं है, बच गया था ना? Okay. So that file in the teacher's hand and says, awesome. So I spent the whole of last night making this question paper. Nobody can pass it. But I made this question paper. Now when the sir is saying this and feeling very happy, somebody opens the door like that and comes into the room and says, sir आपको president साहब ने बुलाया. So she says, acha. He says, no, I'm coming to the president's office. So that person says, no, sir, I think it's a little urgent because there are 2-3 more people. So the lecturer now says, acha, no, I'll come in 2 minutes. He said, no, sir, there are some police people also come and the district education officer has come, somebody from UGC board has come, and there seems to be a problem and they are calling you immediately now. And they all seem very angry. So that's the time your lecturer gets a little afraid. Table hota hai normally. In the classroom there is a table. So teacher has kept the file on the table and gone out of that door. Now teacher gone and the door closed. Teacher has gone down to ground floor to president's office. You are sitting here. The file, you can touch the file. Question paper. What will you do? So I did the same exercise in a very fashionable convent girls' school in Bangalore. Probably the best school of Bangalore. 11th and 12th class. Very strict school, very good old Purana school. So they also said mathematics is very tough. So I gave the example of mathematics. Some people say business economics, somebody says statistics, somebody says fluid dynamics, depending on the audience. So this is the response which 4 girls gave. Okay? He said, definitely I will open the file. Matlab, end of story, there is no discussion. I will clean open the file. And yahi bola aapne? Okay. I'll tell you what 4 different girls said. I love that first kid who came. She said, sir, even if I get the question paper, I may not pass. I want only 40. I want only 40. Not even 40. I want 38 marks. I will tell the teacher, sir, please give me 2 marks. 40 ho jayega. I don't want 41 also. So I thought she was very cute, really helpless kid. The second one was little more padalika, So she said, sir, we're from a very religious and upright. I'm not from that kind of a family, I can't touch the file. I said, awesome. She said, but with the ruler I can open the file. So I can't touch that file, but I can open it with a ruler. I said, awesome. Very good. That kind of family and all, very good. The third one was a little more high-tech. And the third one, I was trying to tell her, so in that school, cell phones are not allowed. School ka rule hai. Many schools have that rule, many colleges also have that rule. Cell phones are not allowed. And this is class 11 we are talking about. Definitely cell phones are not allowed. And I could make out when she was coming up itself that she has a cell phone with her. Because with experience, you know these things. And I was telling her, sweetheart, don't do this, don't say it. But by then she was too excited. She came and said, sir, very simple, I will open the file. And she took out one smartphone. And I'm telling her, put it inside, your principal is sitting behind. Phone jama ho jayega. But she was too far gone. She took out that phone and she said, I'll take a photograph. And I will, after the class, full class group, I will send it to everybody. Very good. The fourth one, by the time she finished, the principal said, you come here first and give me your phone. So phone bhi chala gaya. The class monitor, you said the line is a leader, na? What did the class monitor say? She said, sir, we can't do things like this. It has to be a little organized. So she said, you will go downstairs, outside the director's office or chairman or president's office. So that wo darwaza khulta hai, when somebody starts walking out, you will warn us. You will go to the elevator. So somebody come in the elevator, you will tell me. And you will stand outside that door to see that nobody is coming. She said, thereafter we will do this exercise. No. Now you know why they made her monitor. This is why they made her monitor. But the question is, what will you do? This is just an exercise setting. What will you do? What will you do in the middle of the night at 2 o'clock when you're going on a road and there is a red light? And there is no policeman and there is no traffic. Will you wait or will you not wait? That's the question you need to ask yourself. If there is a requirement to stand in a line, will you stand in that line? So integrity only means doing the right things. You can do the wrong things and get short-term success. You can copy in an exam. We spoke about it. You can cheat in an exam. After college, there is no exam. You're on your own. But you will always remain Parul University. For life. This is not an association that comes and goes and 3 saal, fees pay karke. It doesn't work like that. The Chief of Army also mentioned, you make lifetime friends here. So what do? it is better to fail honorably than to succeed by fraud. So in corporate India, there are many cases of intellectual property theft. Ideas get stolen, plans get stolen, research projects get stolen. You do what you can do. If on your own you have given 100% of effort and got 85%, I am willing to celebrate that 85%. Don't chase that 100%. Sabko nahi milta hai. Use all your intelligence for only one thing, solving problems. That's all you must do, solve problems. So great leaders solve tomorrow's problems today. So the longer your vision, the greater your knowledge, the better your expertise to gather knowledge from people around you, which is teamwork, the better will be your decision-making process. So I speak at so many large companies, almost on a weekly basis. The one thing everybody who runs an industry looks for is quite simply problem solving. Critical thinking and problem solving. You have to be able to think of something that doesn't exist and solve a problem. अगर जितना दूर आप solve कर सकते हो problem, the better it is, because it gives that institution the time to prepare for it. That is why I said start at the destination, work back in small segments. Great. So this is how you enter college. You do your BTech, you said. What are you doing? I'm going to tell the president your real name now. So when you finish your 12th class, you came like this. You're not second semester, first semester? Second semester. Where are you from? Vadodara, actually. You live at home or you live in the college? So how far is your home from here? You come by bus or motorbike? Yours. You have a license. You wear a helmet. Your bike has got pollution certificate. So when you join engineering college, you come in like this. You're bursting with energy. Aapko kuch karna hai. No, the same thing is true even for them. When you join, Parallel University to work, or any university to work, whichever place you started your career, you joined like that. Get up, I want to change the world. When you join a new office, you can be like, after your engineering college in your first placement, you will go like this. Pehle din aap jaoge, you will find HR. HR of that office will come and say, bhai, 50 page sign karo. You will sign everything. And then they will say, from tomorrow you can't come like this. There is a dress code in the office. You have to be inside the office at 9 o'clock. You can't take 5 tea breaks. अभी कर लो कॉलेज में जो करना है. Once you go to work, you cannot just keep saying, अच्छा चलो चाय पी लो. Cannot. There's designated times. You have machine time. And if you want to work on a machine, then you're completely screwed. Because that machine will actually log what you do, what time you do. You're finished. Forcemat, in the army you'll be very happy. We don't have machines. But I'm just saying that is how you join. Once you join an organization, or when you join this college, you became like this. So there's an iCard. Can you wear shorts in your college? You studying in this college? Can you color your hair blue? I mean, you can, but can you color it and come to college with blue hair? Straw color hair, midnight blue, beetroot red. Can't do. You कर सकते हो, but अगले दिन धोके आना पड़ेगा. You can't come like that. I mean, you can, but it's not really acceptable. You can wear a fashionable, Western dress to a party or something, but you can't come to college with it, right? You can buy the fanciest bloody 6-inch heels. You can't come to college with it. It's not culturally, socially, in any form convenient or acceptable. There is certain norms, right? These are those norms. So what happens is, when you become from second semester to third semester, suddenly your college will have a program where you will be deputed to do some things within the university, or work in a team, or create a project, or four of you all get together and present something, suddenly life will become like this. Where it's not you. You have to learn to work within that team. So, if those two faculty are there, they will be told, the aerospace and aeronautical engineering department will do ABC. So they all have to learn to work with each other. Somebody works faster, somebody works slower, somebody is comfortable, somebody is not uncomfortable, but the team has to deliver. That is what the chief said in the afternoon. You have to put your own requirements below that of the team. So sometimes you have to lift load of two people, sometimes you have to say, you're better than me, you take the lead, I will follow. Both are important. That's what happens. Thoda, when you become a little older and a little more senior, when do you go for your first internship? In your third year or something? Third year. When you go for internship, suddenly life will become like this. Suddenly you will say, Abhi tak to I was a king. I was happy in Arun University. I so aata tha, sham ko jata tha. But nanna munna rahi hu. No nanna munna rahi. You will go there and say, boss. So you're part of a larger team where the dynamics are very complicated. Larger teams, more deliverables. There's loss to company if you don't perform. So many things are there. You can't. It's not 9 kilometers. You can't go by bike. Your internship will be in. Give me the city which you don't like. अजमेर. तो अजमेर में होगा तुम्हारा इंटर्नशिप. क्या करोगे? But why don't you like Ajmer? It's a beautiful city. You went with your parents, so you didn't like it. Abbe 5. How old are you now? Bhul jao yaar, 5. Select all, delete. Fresh page. Give Ajmer a new chance. Yaar, it's an awesome city. Dargah hai, zabardast udhar jao. So anyway, when you go to Ajmer next time, now on internship, suddenly you will find life has become like this. This is true, not of you, not of me, not of your president, of everybody. What all do you think he does? You think he just sits in his office, air conditioned, and sees 3 files and goes back? Or you think 100 people talk to him every day? 200 inputs come. There's somebody to hire, there's somebody to look after, there's a hostel that's got a problem, there's a bus that's not working, there's some HR problem to be resolved, there's some faculty to be hired, there's a new department, there's a minister who's visiting, there's an education department, there's an NAAC rating team that has come by, there's a digital thing that's got to be set up, there's an online education. What all do you think he handles? That is his world. That will be yours also when you grow up. The point that I'm simply making is, through all this process, this is you. And that's your brain. You need to keep that brain working. If you keep that brain working, then life becomes simple. You can't solve these problems. These are complications that exist, but you will understand why they exist. You will accept that they are there. And that actually makes things so much simpler. Fantastic. So now, is this real or is this made in a visual effects studio? You wanted to study, you wanted to be a designer, you tell me. Anybody else who's studying in your class, designing or anything? Anybody else? You're all alone? And now nobody's owning up. Okay, yeah. You're a paramedic. अच्छा हाँ उसका नाम क्या है? अबे सवाल नाम का है. Awesome, but I'll give you 70% marks. You're right, yeah. Awesome. It's called a tardigrade. Tell me, don't sit down. Tell me something more about a tardigrade. Huh? It can eat anything. Why are you scaring all of them? Yeah? Now their office, when they come into the college, they will keep looking like this for tardigrade. Okay, I must tell you, please don't look because you can't see it. So, thank you, son. First, thank you. We keep it short. Tardigrade is real. It's not a studio thing. First of all, it's a microorganism. That's the second thing. Third thing is it's found at the bottom of the ocean. Fourth thing, when it is in full size like this, it is 0.5 millimeters. 0.5 millimeters. It can survive at crazy below freezing temperatures. It can survive at crazy plus 60, 65 degrees centigrade. It doesn't die easily. So few scientists decided to take a few million tardigrade. How much is a few million tardigrade? Handful. In one handful you'll get a few million tardigrade. They put it in a thermos and they closed it for 7 days. After 7 days, the tardigrade came out like this. No change. They came out exactly the way they went inside. Then the scientists decided, let's send it to space. So they sent the tardigrade to space. After a 6-day space trip, they came back like this. So the tardigrade simply does not know how to die. What is the lesson? Doesn't give up. When you take it out of water, it dries up. That's all that happens to it. When the tardigrade dries up, it becomes like dust and it flies away in the air. Where it lands and finds water, it will drink up that water and become like that again. I want you to be like that. Don't give up. Don't let anybody tell you you're failed. Don't let anybody tell you, yeah, you can't do this. Don't let anybody tell you, IITs are different colleges, IIMs are, what is bullshit. The same people go to the same colleges, yeah. Somebody has had the benefit of guidance somewhere, of learning somewhere, of working hard. See, hard work you cannot compromise. Intelligence is the same. You have to believe that. So that's what the tardigrade is. So when you see this tree, what comes to your mind? What's the one word that comes to your mind when you see this tree? Survival, okay? What word comes to mind? One word, jaldi! Survival of the fittest. One word. Think of a different word, don't repeat what somebody else has said. दिमाग अपना है ना? हाँ, फिर अपना चलाओ ना, वहाँ मत जाओ. Belief, okay? Balance, okay? Patience, okay? Roots, okay? Resilience. Resilience. Why resilience will come to? Resilience का मतलब क्या है? Please read it. But before resilience, there is another word which is tenacity. They are both required. Tenacity means quite simply don't give up. Simple. Which means you're hanging onto a rope and your hand is about to break and you will fall down. You don't let go of that rope. You might die holding that rope, but you don't give up. That is tenacity. Resilience is, despite everything, your hands slip from the rope and you fall down, you get up, dust yourself, become stronger, prepare a little more, and climb up the rope again till where you were. So companies that fail and come back to where they were are resilient companies. So individual can be resilient, companies can also be resilient. But that's a call that we make. Look at this flower. किसी ने ये फूल को ये नहीं बताया, you can't grow here. It's parched land. And yet this flower has bloomed in that parched land without water. Look at these children. Nobody's told these kids you can't play football. They're playing football. They don't have legs. Look at this girl. Does anybody recognize her? No. Now you must be wondering why I put an actress or a model on my presentation. She is neither an actress nor a model. This is who she is. And if you think she's just another badminton player, she was the world #1 para shuttler. World #1. And she lost her leg as an adult. And then started replaying badminton and then became world #1. girl? You don't know. She doesn't have arms. She doesn't have hands. She won 2 medals for India in the Asiad as a para archer. Can you even imagine? Can you see? With her leg, she extends the bow. The string is behind her shoulder, right? So it's strapped here. With her foot, she extends the bow. And then this blue thing is a release mechanism. She releases with her teeth, and then the arrow goes. So she has to stretch her foot, take aim. Once the aim is achieved, she has to release it, and then the arrow goes. Did she ever complain that her leg is paining? Did she complain her stomach is paining? Did she complain ki sala aaj khana nahi mila, dhoop hai, it's bloody pouring, it's raining? These are people who are inspirational. You talk to 5 people who inspire you, I will give you 100 like this. In the course of my job and what I do, I meet a lot of such people. Lots of them. And each of them, makes you feel smaller and more humble and, little. These are people whom you must meet at some point in time. What qualities do they show? So many of them, all of them, and more. Does anybody know who this man is? Sir Mohammed. He was adopted by a British couple when he was 4 years old. And before he was 4 years old, he was already sold into the slave trade multiple times as a child, as an infant. Came to England, looks different, talks different, eats different, couldn't speak the language, grew up in a British neighborhood amongst all whites, to become the world's probably, arguably best middle distance athlete. How much effort does it take? How much perseverance does it take? How much sacrifice does it take? Priceless. This is what great inspirational people do. Look for inspiration from people like this. Constantly. All of us must have 2-3 people from whom we derive inspiration. They need not be foreigners, they need not be Indian, they can be anybody. Focus on others' dreams. I already spoke to you. What can you do for your cousin brothers who belong to, you didn't say which district in Rajasthan, sir? Abhay, Jaipur mein to tera ghar hai. Baki, where are your parents from? Where is your grandfather from? Where is your great-grandfather from? Jaipur was not there that time. It was something else. So where are they from? You must have relatives somewhere. You must have a cousin, sister or a brother who doesn't have the luxury of coming to a college like you have. You should be able to focus on their dream. अगर उनमें से आपने किसी को इंस्पायर किया to come and join a college like you have, your job as a leader is done. It doesn't matter which college. I'm not saying Parul University में ले आओ. I'm saying if you can just get somebody who's not going to a school to join a school, somebody who's passed 10th class to do 12th class, somebody who's passed 12th to join a degree college, that's enough. Wherever they are, in whatever manner, that is how the nation gets built. Oh, we'll skip this. It's not important. Dignity we spoke about. I told you about respect and dignity. involve everybody. Everybody is important. Your cricket team has 11 players, all 11 must play. All 11 must contribute. Don't treat somebody equally and somebody differently. Because everybody's got a role to play. Share the excitement. So what does mean share the excitement? You're married? You're not married. Where's the party? If you're not married, you give me a party. Because you're not married. You're wearing red today. Where's the party? Because you're wearing red. You're from Zimbabwe. Where's the party? I told you of a bread factory in Arusha, right? So where's the party? You're studying in Parul University? Where's the party? 3 of you are in black. Where's the party? You got a new watch. How many steps did you walk today? Check. You're wearing a diamond in your right ear. Where's the party? Yeah? You're wearing nice pumps. Where's the party? You have a lovely haircut. You got nice glasses. You got a blue t-shirt. You're wearing a chain outside your t-shirt. Awesome. You're wearing pink. Holiday, holiday, holiday. It only says holiday. Phir kaam kaun karega? You colored your hair to an acceptable, shade of straw, brown, whatever it is. Where's the party? You pierced your ear twice. Where's the party? You're wearing a checked shirt. Where's the party? Lovely bag. Man, you're showing me your bag? Chalo, where is the party? So I'm saying find a reason to celebrate. Share the excitement. So, you have a canteen in your college? क्या जबरदस्त चीज मिलता है आपके कैंटीन में. Don't say bloody डबेली. बन मिलता है, बन ब्रेड पकौड़ा मिलता है, बन मस्का मिलता है. हाँ, तो सब who is this bloody Englishman who has said that you can only celebrate a birthday with a cake? I'm saying you can get a bun maska and put one mombati candle. You can buy बड़ा piece of dokla. छोटा dokla में हिलेगा. Big piece of dokla, put bloody mombati. You can buy one vada pav and put one anything. You can buy, put a mombati anywhere. In the part of India where I come from, my ancestors were very smart people. Oh, बहुत पहले से they were making something in which you can put a candle. What is that called? दान पे रहने? होता ना breakfast item. अबे इडली ला. हाँ, correct. बड़ा is made. उसमें बीच में that chain is for candle only. Did you know that? अबे I'm telling you. But our ancestors designed it. We forgot. Englishmen now come with a fancy donut with bloody drizzles of bloody, Thousand Island or whatever it is called. Not Thousand Island, whatever it's called. Find a reason to celebrate. You don't need an expensive cake to celebrate. My wish and prayer for you, if you're a class of 25 people, there are at least 40 days to celebrate in 1 year. 25 days because 25 of you all will have birthdays. 40 because on another 15, something special will happen in your house. Your sister might get engaged, your brother may get a job, your father may have got a promotion, you may have got a new house, family may have got a new tractor. Whatever be the reason, find that reason to celebrate. That is when you will create bonds. When you create bonds, everything becomes easy. That's what we try and do in the army, and that is how team building works. Motivation, we will speak about motivation a little later. Don't be afraid to challenge people. I told you, your faculty is there. Don't be afraid to challenge them. The only criteria is challenge them within the acceptable norms of courtesy. Politeness, courtesy, respect and dignity. But please challenge them. Challenge them academically, intellectually. You can't make everybody happy. Now, how many people in the employ of the university? 7,000. Now, if you try and make 7,000 people happy, then your focus of running the university will go away. So on a daily basis, out of that 7,000, at least 3-4 will feel angry, agitated or disappointed at some instruction or decision which you've made That is fine. Because it's not personal. So as a leader, you must remember, nothing must be personal. The interest of the organization comes paramount. As far as the president should be concerned, there are only two interests. I mean, not two, there are many, but the top two interests are, first is the university. The second is the students. Then third will be probably faculty and admin and so and so, and that's it. If that gets mixed up, in order to make everybody happy, then the university will fail, or a company will fail, or your family will fail, or your team will fail. So please remember that. We will skip this also. Don't neglect details. As you go through life, sometimes you'll get terrible jobs, very boring jobs. You might have to do an inventory check. You might have to do an audit of a system. They're all very painstaking jobs, but they're very important. Please understand, if a surgeon and an anesthetist don't do a detailed check of the operation theatre before a specific operation, they might get into the operation with one implement missing. Has it been known to happen? So many times. An aircraft whose maintenance technician misses one step because it is boring, because roz wahi kar raha hai. That A320 Neo is there every day. He is doing 6 of them every day. He is only doing one segment. He has 100 things to check in each aircraft, but every day same thing, same sequence. He might miss the details someday, and that's the day the accident will happen. So don't skip details, ever. We've spoke about this. You must be simple and clear. Consistency is very important as a leader. Don't change your decisions based on who is there at the other end. Tell me what you want to tell me, not because I like to hear it. You must want to tell me. Just be happy. So what is your school, college timings? Subha, what time? 7:30. Supposing the president says from tomorrow we'll start classes at 6 o'clock. Awesome. Well, very good. 6 o'clock, no traffic. How much time do you take to come to college? 15 minutes. If it is 6 o'clock, how much time will you take? Abba, you take 5. Because as it is, you won't stop at red light. In fact, if it is 6 o'clock, I will give you a suggestion, don't go home only. Sleep in your friend's room in the hostel. You will never be late. Petrol ka paisa bhi bachega. I'm just saying, find a way to be happy. The happiness factor is that I'll have lunch in time. I'll have lunch early. I'll have more time after college. Find the positive. Because things will never happen the way you want it. You have to learn to be happy. When, I told you I've been shot and wounded 5 times. 5 times. I'm actually on bonus time. मैं जी रहा हूँ, चल रहा हूँ, I'm walking, I'm on bonus. Therefore, I enjoy full time. So if people ask me what is your purpose in life, I would say to enjoy myself. Now, do speaking to children or young people is part of that enjoyment? Yes. Because even if I'm given a job, I will enjoy it. I told you, if I have to clean toilets in this building, I will take that as an enjoyable job and give it 500%. It is no less a job than anything else. And if anybody thinks it's a small job, let me give you a suggestion. Let somebody just lock up every toilet in this block for 3 days and then find out whether it is an important job or no. So the person who does it must take pride in his or her job. Job chota nahi hota hai. Aadmi, people are small. Jobs are never small. So perpetual optimism. Just be happy. Find a reason to be happy. Oh, we'll skip this too. Keep looking beyond. So those who are studying engineering, can you give me a vehicle that will run on air? 25 years from now, can you give me a vehicle that will run on air? And give me potable water as a byproduct? I don't know. Today it might seem impossible. Dare to think. Who thought that you will have solar powered aircraft? Who thought you will have solar powered ships? Who even thought that we will have mobile telephony? Who thought we'll go to space? I mean, all of these seemed unthinkable 25 years back. So dare to think of something. कुछ तो बनेगा. और नहीं बनता है तो you learn from an experiment. Don't be afraid to experiment. The university will happily tolerate your failure. What it will not tolerate is your being unwilling to try. Please think, you will find some things to do. We spoke about this. These are questions which normally you will be told, who, what, when, where, why. My point is, ask this question. What next? Which means, what next can I do? So you're doing your engineering. Are you doing any certification alongside on the net, online? Why? Why are you not doing a certification in addition to any of this? Can you not give 20 minutes a day? You can. Or you can't. Why aren't you? So if I ask you, are you giving 100% into the pursuit of whatever you want? What is the answer? Are you giving? Now I'm asking you, can you give 15 minutes more per day? Then how are you giving 100%? Let me tell you, son, there is nobody in this hall who is giving 100%. Not me, not you, not your parents, nobody. So 12th class exam, did you give 100%? First day, first show, very naya namkeen ka dukaan, Chinese restaurant, all these happened, right? Everything, this is life, it happens to everybody. You don't need to feel ashamed about it. What I'm saying, when it doesn't happen, and you say, ki, boss, mere ko padhna hai and I will study 22 hours out of 24 and I sleep 2 hours, then I'm willing to accept that you probably gave 100%. So when you play a game, if you're on a football match, after the whistle is blown, you should not be able to stand up. There should be no oxygen left in your thighs. You should just crash there, whether you win or lose. And thereafter, when somebody comes and give you glucose water or nimbu pani or something like that, after 10 minutes, you should have the energy to stand up and walk back. That is 100%. Now, when you give that much 100%, you can never lose. Because you can't give more than that. Then it doesn't matter. Because in anybody's eyes, in your own eyes, you're a winner already. Because you've given 100%. That's how it works. We'll skip this too. You just go to the end so that I give you some time for questions. We spoke about focusing on others' dreams, dignity, involving people, sharing excitement. Does anybody speak Chinese here? Mandarin? Anybody? Nobody? Okay, in the Chinese language, this is an alphabet, it's also a word, it's also a phrase. Why Chinese is difficult is because its meaning changes with the context in which it is used. Now whether you want to see it as a word or a phrase or an alphabet or the context, that is what Chinese is very difficult. But this is one character, in every context it means the same thing. That's what it means. Respect. Please respect others. And I've already spoken to you all at length about respect and humility. Can somebody read this and tell me which language, at least? No? No? So much for your ki South wale sab ek hi bhasha bolte hain. He doesn't know. Bengali? No. Malayalam? No. Tamil? No. Abey tum log sara Bharat darshan kara rahe ho mere ko all over. No. It is Sinhala. Language of Sri Lanka. Acha, how many speak Gujarati here? Put up your hand. Okay, awesome. You know? Kya hai? What is this? What is this? They all mean the same. Happiness. They all mean happiness. So as a leader, this is your big job to generate happiness. Happy teams are successful teams. Now who has the key to your happiness? Who? Who has the key to your happiness? You have the key. Come in. Come in. What are you studying? तुम्हारा एरोनॉटिक्स है सब्जेक्ट में? ऑटोमोबाइल नहीं, अबे क्या फायदा? Anybody who got aeronautics or automobile? Nobody. Are you coming? One of you all come here. Come, no, let that girl come here. Come, you sit down. You are doing what? What are you studying? B.Tech aeronautics. That's no, ma'am. Ajo, come. Awesome. आप बैठो. अरे आपको तो बोला था बंद करने के लिए सर. So that's your ma'am. Please look at ma'am in the eyes, like that. You're shivering. Please look at ma'am into her eyes. That's it. And tell her, ma'am, you don't have the key to my happiness. अबे मर जाओगे आप. Go. So the rule is very simple. You know, in life. So I did this session. I mean, I ask this question every time. So there is this. Ravi, we are about to finish. Come. So I ask this question every time. That's Brigadier Chima, and he commands a. Come, Ravi. Just about to finish. Wind up in a couple of minutes. So please sit. Yeah. So, ma'am, I hope you don't fail that kid, na? आपको उसका नाम पता है? अबे बोलो नहीं मालूम है ना, आप क्या कर रहे हो? Say I don't know. कुंजल देसाई. She's gone. Where is she? What's your real name? अबे तो सरस्वती देवी कुछ बोल दो ना. She doesn't know. You are finished. You just looked into the eyes of your faculty and said, sorry, you don't have the key to my happiness. You didn't hear what she said. She said, and I heard, she said, I may not have the key to your happiness, but I have the key to your marks. Sit. So I did this session for, a young school teacher in Bangalore. I asked her, who has the key to your happiness? And she's standing in front of the audience like this. And she said, husband. And she's shaking her head also and counting. And I will do exactly what she said. Husband, son, daughter, mother, father, mother-in-law, father-in-law, auntie. Suddenly she remembered auntie somewhere. So she counted auntie. When she came to 9, I stopped her. And I asked her, sweetie, how many keys does your lock have? She said, sir, I don't care and I don't know. But all these people have the key to my happiness. So that's very nice. Because that indicates the human value of a person. Because if something happens to people who are in your family or friends nearby, it will affect your happiness. That should be there. That indicates a good human being. But when it comes to your profession, when it comes to life outside your family or friends, please do not allow anybody else the power to make you unhappy. Because you give me the key to making you unhappy and I will make you unhappy. I can make you uncomfortable. I can make you angry. But I should not have the power to make you unhappy. So if you keep the key of happiness, मैम आपकी mother-in-law आपके साथ नहीं रहते, only mother. Why no mother-in-law? नहीं, mother-in-law. So what happens is, if you keep the key of happiness with you, आपके sister-in-law है? So if you keep the key of happiness with you, आप फ्लैट में रहते हो इंडिपेंडेंट हाउस में? बहुत अमीर हो आप लोग. हम तो फ्लैट में रहते हैं. आपका गाड़ी भी इंपोर्टेड है. हाँ. So हाउस में छोटा गेट है कि बड़ा गेट है? गेट तो बड़ा होता है, मैं छोटा गेट छोटा होता है. अच्छा गेट. If you keep the key of happiness with you, that person who lives in the neighboring house, who will always park his or her car in front of your house, will look like this. your sister-in-law who lives in Ahmedabad will look like this. The mother-in-law will look like this. And at the end of it, this bald gentle who's spoken to you now for 1 hour and 52 minutes will look like this. It's the same for all. It's the same for you all. The lesson is very simple. Please keep the key of happiness with you. Don't give it to anybody else. You are challenged to be the architects of a future. मैंने पहले बताया, आपका future है, आपके हाथ में है. Hold that future and pursue it. If you choose not to be architects of your future, there's only one choice. And it's beautifully said in cricket. You want to hit a 6, 9 times out of 10, you have to go onto the front foot. If you keep playing back, you will be the defenders of a certain decline, not a possible decline. This world will not wait for you. I showed you the demographics. I showed you the state of our population. Nobody will wait for you. If you think you're going to be there only and it's a good place to be, the entire world would have gone ahead. Shital, there is somebody from your chosen land of birth. Who are from Tanzania? Please rise. Just you? And which city in Tanzania are you from? So, but she's heard of what bakery do you run? Sun-kissed. You heard of the bread? He runs that. So you can meet him after that, give him a cup of tea, he'll probably give you a bread from back home if he's carrying some, I don't know. Yeah. So, thank you. Yeah, so when it comes to leadership or change or progress or growth or happiness, don't look elsewhere. Your faculty will not give you leadership, your faculty will not give you happiness, your faculty will not give you growth. They will give you guidance to all of this. Reality comes from a mirror. Every time you look into the mirror, you will find the person who has the keys to all the locks. That is you. You have to be willing to find that lock and make the effort to open it in your own system to optimize it. Because they're all inside jobs. So before we finish at the very end, when we talk of motivation, the best form of motivation is telling a story. Best form. There is none better. We'll try and tell you a little story which will probably, it's a story of a soldier. And it's the story of an awesome soldier. Not just a soldier, it's an awesome soldier. This is from an event which I did about a couple of years back, maybe 2 years back. So I hope you enjoy listening to the story.
Jai Hind. And thank you. Let me tell you something about our own country. I'm saying let me tell you because I'm not sure many of you all may know these statistics. These are official statistics, so I will read them out. 22 major languages, over 200 dialects, last recorded over 52,700 variants of these dialects, 12 major ethnic groups, 7 major religions, thousands of subsects, 68 socio-cultural groups. Do we need nation building? Yes. This is as diverse as anybody can get. So what is it that binds a nation? Is it the power of its industry? Is it the wealth that we are able to generate? Is it the medical facilities that we have? Is it the educational levels that we give our men? What is it that makes a nation? My view is very simple. It's a shared idea of what a nation must bring. When the shared idea and vision is common, you will have a nation homogeneous or heterogeneous. Since we are such a diverse mix, we need to make efforts to put into the fabric of this country the cement that will make it a nation. That is what the army does best. Defense industry contributes exponentially to the growth of civil industry, not just in terms of money, but in terms of the dual-use technologies that are developed. So defense industry and its spawning of the course of what we do is priceless. We are in many ways the very guarantor of the idea of India. But through all this, there is one reason all this happens. It's because of the soldier. What does the soldier do? Hell, high water, the deserts of Rajasthan to the highest mountain peaks over 15,000 feet, forests, jungles, rivers, cities, counter-insurgency, counter-terrorism, hungry, unclothed, overworked, he will serve with a smile. I stand here and speak to you on the shoulders of the millions of soldiers, sailors and airmen. Soldier, let me tell you a small story. And I will recount it as I walked through that gentleman's life. It was probably 2003. And I was a lieutenant colonel. We were deployed in a difficult area, and they would, so about 2:30 in the afternoon, I got a information from a local source that in X village there are 5 militants. So I got through to that company commander on a high frequency radio set because he was a distance away from me, and I told him, Mal, so many villages, so many militants, go. Now was that my plan of action? Yes. So was I smoking a pipe and standing on a model and moving, little pieces around before I made the plan? It doesn't happen in real life. When it comes to terrorism and militancy, that is contact. You act, you'll succeed. At about 5 o'clock, I got a message on the radio set. This is a message which nobody likes to hear. So the message I got was, Sab, bande ko goli lagi hai, which means one of our men has been shot. To me, that is failure. Means on my watch, nobody must get shot. 2 people have a weapon, somebody will get shot. But if somebody gets shot because I have been inadequate in my planning, in my commitment, or in my haste to take a decision, then I must be hanged for it. That is a failure of leadership. The next day morning, a helicopter came and picked up the casualty and took him away to the hospital. We stayed in that village for 5 days. 5 days and 5 nights. We searched that village. Came back to base. Anyway, got through to the hospital, got through to the ward where he was admitted. A nurse picked up the phone in the ICU and I asked her, Banda kaisa hai? Start again. I asked her, how's my soldier? She said, sir, his femur has fragmented at 2 places. Now please understand, the doctors here may know, when you break a bone, it breaks like this, clean. When it fragments like this, multiple pieces, which is why there was blood all over on his leg. So femur left 2 places. Keep a long story short, he had small holes on the left side, but he had a hole the size of a baseball on the right side. The fact is that when he was put into the helicopter the next morning, his entrails and inside were put in a little polythene bag and put inside the helicopter. When he fell, his chest hit a rock, like that. Now, those days the bulletproof vest was a sheet of iron. So the iron, when it hit his chest, 5 of his ribs got fractured. So I said, put the handset near his ear. The transmission of the good wishes of so many of our men, which I will relay to him, will help him get better. So she got the handset near his ear and said, sir, you can speak. And I asked him, Nimbaram, that was his name. Nimbaram, he was from Sikar district in Rajasthan. And I asked him, Nimbaram, kya haal hai tere? How are you, son? For about 15 seconds, there was no response. And I was about to put the handset down, thinking that either he can't hear me or he can't speak, or both. But just as I was about to hand over the phone to the operator, the handset, he said, sir, पेट में थोड़ी सी तकलीफ है, which means after all these injuries, he's telling me I have a small ache in my stomach. I didn't know what to say. And then I heard him say in a feebler, thinner voice, कि साहब पलटन के बाकी बंदे कैसे हैं. This man is dying and his concern is for the well-being of the rest of his team. This is priceless. This is the soldier who works for us day in and day out. And absolutely no hesitation in saying, ladies and gentlemen, for our today, he gave his yesterday. For our tomorrow, as I speak, he is giving his today. So at the end of it, ladies and gentlemen, this is the story of the Indian Army nation building. This is the story of our soldier. Thank you. Jai Hind.
So this is the story of our Jawans. This is what they do every day. So this is the part of the presentation where I'm going to try something new, which I don't normally do. So I'm going to request all of you all to please stand. Yeah? So why did I make you stand? Normally people think, he's an army guy. At the end of this session, when he makes all of us stand, we're going to sing the national anthem. No. This is for you to put your hands together in a big round of applause for me. Sit. That's all it was. Sit down. So now, give me a response by voice. Do you like this view?
Yes, sir.
You died once when the chief came and you couldn't speak loudly. You want to die again?
No, sir. No, sir.
Courageous people die once. The timid die every day 1,000,000 times. You choose what you want. Let me ask you again. Do you like this view?
Yes, sir.
Let me show you a Parul University view. Why? Whether you're an individual or whether you're a leader, the best performance of your team or yourself will not come in your comfort zone. It comes when you stretch yourself to that limit of its handling a machine. The machine's most ideal performance comes when you stretch it to the maximum and see how far it will go. Which doesn't mean you ride your motorcycle back home at 120. Police wala pehle lagaya, fine. But I'm just saying that is where it works. So when it comes to human beings, push your teams to the limit of their capacity. That is where you tell them this is a chasm or this is a khai. That is spectacular success. Do we want to go there? And if we want to go there, what are the ingredients that you need to put in place to make that jump? Is it better resources? It is better education? It's better training, better equipment, better motivation, fantastic team building? These are all leadership functions. Now, having done that, you stand there, look down at that 400 feet, tell your entire team to turn around, and then you take one lovely selfie, and then you say, now let's jump. That is when you will succeed. This is what leaders do. If you wanted to know at the beginning the definition of leaders, to me, this is simply what a leader does. And everything that is involved in making this jump happen, to take somebody from 80% to 90, or from 90 to 95, or 95 to 100, are leadership functions. What does it take? You tell me. For a doctor, it's different. For a president of a university, it's different. Cricket team captain, it's different. For a teacher in a classroom, it's different. For a parent, it's different. For a student, it's different. For somebody who's running an ad agency, different. For somebody who's running IIMUN, different. You got to identify. The issues are the same. So my wish and prayer for all of you is this.
I think sir has been kind enough to allow us some time for questions. So if any audience members have questions, please raise your hand, and I think a mic can be passed out to you as well.
Don't raise your hands. I can see nothing. Ek to I'm very old.
We have one there.
To the lights. Everybody who wants to ask a question, please rise. Makes it easier. Please stand so that I can see you. Yep. We'll start anywhere.
Yeah, good.
Good afternoon.
Oh, we'll start with our. Who's there to put up his hand there? Yeah, please stand.
So what is life according to you?
What is?
Life.
Wow. I don't normally drink, but if I did, this would be a good question to be asked after having consumed some alcoholic beverages. But life is something that's meant to be lived to the fullest. So when you do something, you're blessed to have taken birth in a manner in which you have. Look around you and look at people who don't have half of what you have. So that's a blessing in any case. So what you must do every day is to enjoy whatever comes in front of you to the fullest. That's what my definition of life is. If I had to add one segment to it, and I said this before, please do something for somebody else. Anybody else. Whether it is 1, 2, 3, depending on our capacity and willingness, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do it for somebody else. That will make your life very fulfilling, worthwhile, and happy. Most importantly, as you get older, if you've done these things, you'll never ever be lonely. That's what life is. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I think we can take one more question.
No, we take them all. Chill.
Okay.
Yeah. White shirt.
Where do you see Indian Army and India in next 25 years?
Wow. In terms of population, I already showed you where we see us. You see yourselves in 2067 at probably 1.68 odd billion people. That's where India is. In terms of our size, because we have this size, you will become a larger economy every day. Every day you will become a larger economy. That's a factor of size. I see ourselves as somebody who's able to influence at least the region with what we do positively. I see us being able to reach out and help other countries. Till now, bulk of the time we've been a country which has received aid. We've now started also giving aid to people, but I see us as a larger giver in the years ahead. And what do I see the Indian Army's role in it? In helping all this happen, military, not just army, military, Army, Navy, Air Force, and anybody who wears a uniform has a large component to play in keeping the stability, in participating in diplomacy. I think that will increase. And of course, needless to say, we have a larger role in maintaining the integrity and territorial sovereignty of the country and doing whatever else the army is supposed to do. I also see our army as a technically more advanced army. The Chief of Army Staff today showed you all, how the army is transforming itself. So when that's a work in progress. So as it develops more and more, you'll always reach the next level. So I already told you today, the product that we are looking to buy today, by the time it comes to me to use, it's almost become obsolete. So I've already given you the next list. So the country has to keep procuring this. This is where Make in India comes. This is where you people will come in. Can you make for me a product which is going to last me 25 years? Then make it. That's why I asked you for a vehicle that runs on air and gives me water as a byproduct. These are things that will happen, and you are the people who will make it happen. So that's where I see it. Yep, anybody? Abey, don't keep waiting. Gaadi nikal jayegi. Ask me quickly. I'm hungry, huh?
As we all know,
Abey, big boys, damn it. हाँ.
Sir, as we all
अबे, आवाज बढ़ाओ.
Sir, as we all know that the Indian military and other countries are conducting several exercises together. What are your ways of giving motivation to the soldiers except the storytelling part? What are your ways to motivate the soldiers?
What do you remember of a session apart from the story?
Sir,
You tell me 10 things that I covered in the 2 hours. Sweetie, speak a little louder. 10 things. You have a bad throat, you can delegate it to your neighbor. Let him speak 10 things, you will tell him, he will tell me.
sir, you
10 words only, I want you to tell me.
leadership,
Don't speak too much.
leadership, then teamwork,
Teamwork is one, leadership is bullshit.
then
I will count. Teamwork,
confidence,
confidence,
integrity,
integrity, perseverance,
tenacity,
tenacity,
and humility, and
humility,
also dignity, respect,
respect,
humbleness,
humility, that's over. Humbleness, humility are the same thing.
honor,
Honor. Okay,
taking
honor.
initiative,
Sorry?
taking an initiative,
Taking initiative. Pehel. Yeah, okay.
and
Sorry?
truthness, truthness,
Truth. Speaking the truth.
yes,
That's 10. That's the answer to your question. Storytelling is one part. All of these. Different people are motivated by different things. There be somebody who's motivated by social recognition. तो उनको बुलाओ, shake their hand, give them a little prize, take a photo, very happy. There's somebody whose happiness lies in only doing work for the team but will never come in public. There's somebody who wants an extra, rise in appointment or designation or title. There is somebody who wants more pay. There is somebody who just likes to be involved. Everybody is different. So unless motivation scans the entire spectrum of human behavior, it will always fail. Which is why you have to try every technique. But storytelling is a technique that appeals to everybody. That is why you remembered storytelling and not the other 10 things till I forced you. So should I give you a Vicks ki goli?
thank you, sir.
Yeah. You're a doctor, I think? Doctor, yeah, next please. Yeah, whoever. Yeah, I'll come to you. Paramedic. Yeah, I'll come to you. Who I don't have. I have none of them. You only said I'm a leader. You said I'm a leader. You tell me what are OAQs.